Hello everybody, I am Jedi Jack Penguin and welcome to another LEGO Ninjago review. So today we are going to be looking at a rather large set that is probably one of my favorite Ninjago sets in my collection, that being set number 70751, Temple of Airjitzu. This set includes 2,028 pieces and originally retailed for $199.99 back in September of 2015. Now another thing that I wanted to say right off in this video is that back in the day I did get this set a little bit before it retired, which means I got this set on clearance back in the day when LEGO actually did clearance at their local LEGO stores. I just thought it's just crazy that I got this set for like maybe around 20% off. I think I paid like 150 bucks for this thing back in the day. Another fun little story that kind of blows people's minds whenever I say it that I just thought I might as well include in this video is that I got this set on clearance. Now, where did I get this set on clearance? I got this on clearance at my local LEGO store back in the day, a little bit before it retired. I even bought this set around the time that I actually started my YouTube channel, so there may be some lost videos here and there where I actually show this in a haul and actually say how much I paid for it. If I still have that, I might even link it up here, but I don't think I do. But needless to say, I got this set at a really good deal, and I'm really happy to have it in my collection as probably one of the big standout Ninjago sets. So starting off with the box art, we have your logos at the top right there. We don't get any character in the corner, though we have this very nice bright background with the yellows and the oranges. I think it looks really nice, and you have all of your characters interacting with the build. From the very back of the box, you get a quick look at the interiors of some of the locations there, as well as all of your minifigures named at the bottom, and I just think it looks really nice. The back of the box just has so much detail, and I don't know why you wouldn't buy this set just by looking at this alone. Along with the 13 bags to build this set, you also get this rather thick instruction booklet, which I say this all the time, I really love getting these in these giant D2C sets. We pretty much mimic the front of the box. From the very back you get your win Lloyd for the time period, not the LEGO Ninjago movie version. And then we get the piece count for quite a few pages right there, another additional 2 from that, and then a few of the pictures that we also see on the back of the box, leading to the final overall model of this set. Now in the very front of the instructions we also get a few details about the set, but I'm going to leave that for those who want to actually pick this up themselves, because I don't really want to spoil it. It's a lot of really cool stuff going on in there, a lot about the designers, and also Ninjago in general. So getting right into our minifigure selection, first we have Lloyd Garmadon the Green Ninja. This version of Lloyd also comes within one of the other 2015 summer sets, the Final Flight of the Destiny's Bounty. We get some pretty nice leg printing leading up to the belt piece, up to the main torso on this full black outfit right there, which I think is really cool for the time period that we had this like full black look for the ninja, and then a little bit of a hint of green right there in the mask, which is the mask piece that we saw all the way back in 2012, just recolored with these different dual molds. We also get the facial expression, which is the same one that we have been seeing for Lloyd right there, which is nothing really too special for the time period. I definitely prefer some other different facial expressions for Lloyd. We also get the under the neck accessory right there in that black color, which is holding one of his accessories, this black sword. Also from the very back of Lloyd's minifigure, you get his symbol printed on the back. Next, looking at Kai the Fire Ninja. This version of Kai is also not exclusive, coming within 2 other sets, not counting this one from the 2015 Summer Wave. We get the same sort of style right there with that full black outfit with the printing on the legs leading up to the belt piece up to the main torso. We also get the same under the neck accessory as we get for most of the other ninja in this set, and a black sword for the accessory. I'll remove the under the neck accessory in a minute. And the facial expression is the same exact one from all the way back in 2011, which is the classic ninja facial expressions that I know and love. And then we have the dual molding of the red and black for the ninja mask. Taking a look at the back printing, we get the fire symbol from the very back of Kai's outfit, as well as some extra weapons. Probably my favorite of the ninja in this more black style outfit is Zane, just because I like the clash of the white and the black in the dual molding for the mask, as well as the printing from the front, which is similar to the other ninja, just with that more white style pointing out, and a little bit of blue hints right there just for like that ninjoid style, which we also see in the facial expression. So if you do take that off, you can see that we get the silver head with the print from the front, just showing that more ninjoid look for Zane. You can turn that right around and see another facial expression, which I really love that they included that, which I actually prefer this one a little bit better right there, and you can also see that underneath the ninja mask if you're interested. Otherwise, we get the full black look just like the other ninja, and a sword for the accessory. And removing the under the neck accessory, we also get the ice symbol from the very back of his outfit. For our next minifigure, we have Cole, who is also not exclusive, coming within 3 other sets. We get the printing from the legs up to the belt piece, up to the main torso, same sort of black style as all the other characters, sword for the accessory, under the neck accessory with the armor. We get the dual molding for the helmet right there with a little bit of dark gray, which I think is fine. For the character, I think it works a lot better. We also have that little bit of orange from the middle, which I really love seeing that for Cole, because we have that sort of like his signature color in some places here and there when it comes to other minifigures of his character. And we also get the same facial expression from back in 2011. Again, I much prefer those compared to the Ninjago movie styles. And lastly, from the very back, we also get the Earth symbol printed from the very back of his outfit. Looking at Jay, he also comes within 3 other sets, not counting this one. Again, from the summer wave, we get the leg printing leading up to the belt piece, up to the main torso, full black style for the outfit, and that little hint of blue here and there, which I also really like the coloring here, just because the blue and the black works very well. Removing the mask piece, you can see that we get the same facial expression from back in 2011, which is pretty nice to see, still the same. And spinning us to the back of his character, we get the lightning symbol printed on the back of his torso. And for our last ninja, we have Nia, who's the water ninja. Now, compared to all of the other ninja that we get in this set, she does not have that full black look, which I'm not sure how they would have exactly done that, if they would have given us the dark red or if they would have given us that lighter blue. But I'm happy to see her do something completely different compared to the other ninja, and it is the same exact one that we also see in the final flight of Destiny's Bounty. We see the printing from the legs leading up to the belt piece, up to the main torso for her outfit. We have that more dark red look, black hands for some gloves. The under the neck accessory is that armor piece right there in that golden color. We also get a golden sword compared to the black ones that we see for all the other ninja. And we also see a different facial expression for Nia compared to the one that we got back in 2011. I'm not 100% sure what other sets this facial expression comes in, but still it's nice to see for Nia's character. And then we also see the dual molding for the mask, where we see that lighter blue as well as the dark red that we also see for the outfit. Removing the under the neck accessory, you can also see that we get the water symbol from the very back of her torso print. Moving along to our exclusive minifigures included in this set, we have Sensei Wu in this more gold and tan robe for his outfit. I really love how this character turned out, though I would have liked to see some dual molding on the legs or maybe even some side leg printing. I think that would have worked very well to add on to this minifigure. We also see some yellow hands for the flesh tone, and you can also take a look at the back printing for the character right there. We have more of a full white outfit, and then we get the tan for the torso piece. We also get the regular Sensei Wu beard and facial expression for the time period, and the hat is in this golden color compared to the regular tan that we've also seen it in. Removing the under the neck accessory of the beard, you can also take a better look at the facial expression as well as the printing for the torso. Looking at one of the 2 minifigures included in this set that I absolutely had to have, we have Masako, who's Lloyd's mom in the show. We don't get any leg printing, we just get these plain sand green legs, which I think is a pretty nice color to get them in. We get a print from the front of the torso and from the very back, very nice to see all of that. We also see this ponytail hairpiece in that dark gray color, which I'm pretty sure that's the first time that we ever saw it in that color, so that's pretty cool to see. And then we also see the facial expression from the front, which includes a very nice happy face as well as her glasses. From the very back of her head, you also get an alternate facial expression, which isn't really too different compared to the first one, where you just see a little bit of a change in the eyebrows and the eyes, and an even more happy smile from that side. Now for the other minifigure that I was really excited to get in this set, we have Sensei Dareth, the brown ninja, who includes no leg printing, which is a little disappointing, but fine for the character, just those plain dark brown legs. We get a brown torso for the minifigure, yellow hands for the flesh tone. Really love how he's wearing that little star medal right there, very cool. And then we also get the back printing with another star from the very back. Just like the ninja, how we have their symbols, we also get Dareth's symbol on the very back of his torso. And then we also get a recolor of the mechanic hairpiece that we saw in one of the CMF waves, so that's pretty cool to see in that dark brown color. So yeah, that's really all that I have to say for Sensei Dareth, one of the stars of this set in my opinion. Another really odd minifigure to see included in the set has to be the Postman, who I'm also really happy to see in here for the very first time in LEGO form. We have a full purple outfit for his minifigure, no leg printing, just the printing from the front and the back of the torso for his outfit. We also get a side bag as one of his accessories, yellow hands for the flesh tone. You can also take a look at the facial expression, very nice smirk and glasses from the front. And you can turn that right around to see that we don't get any alternate facial expressions, and then we get the regular haircut style piece in that light gray that we also saw for Han Solo in the Force Awakens wave. And lastly, for our two most random minifigure inclusions who I don't really even know too much about them, we have Claire, who I believe is exclusive to the set. We have these sand blue legs, which is a pretty nice color to get those legs in. We have a torso print that I believe became a reused torso print in a few other Ninjago sets later on when they did the LEGO Ninjago movie. We get the printing from the back of the torso. You can also take off the hairpiece to take a better look at that. And we only get the one facial expression and then a different ponytail hairpiece in that ginger color. So yeah, that's all that I have to say for Claire. And then for our last minifigure included in this set, we have Jasper, who I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, hopefully I am. We get some pretty nice leg printing right there for like a stained cloth outfit right there from the very bottom. I think that's pretty cool. We have these dark brown legs right there, leading up to a olive green torso. I also really like the little smiley face right there. It's kind of like he's a fast food worker, but I know that's definitely not the case. He also has this bandana going on. You can see that from the very back as well as the back printing from the bottom of his outfit, which I think is just really crazy. It's not my favorite, but it's certainly something interesting to see included in this set. We also get the one facial expression from the front, which I believe is a reused facial expression from LEGO City. And then we also see that Indiana Jones hat in tan. To close out our minifigure selection, I just wanted to appreciate the fact that we get all 6 ninja included in this set. Lloyd, Kai, Zane, Cole, Jay, and Nia. Really great to see them all included in this set, which I believe is one of the first few sets to include all of the ninja in it. Overall, I think this set has a pretty well-rounded minifigure selection and is definitely worth it for that alone. Here it is in all of its glory. We have the Temple of Airjitzu, which is accompanied by 2 other side builds, both this Blacksmiths Workshop as well as the Smugglers Market. This set looks really amazing on display. I just really love a lot of the architecture, especially for the building in the center. And, you know, don't get me wrong, these 2 side builds are really nice. It's just really amazing the amount of work that LEGO put into this set. I also feel like LEGO did an amazing job with the interior of this set, which we'll get to after the exterior, and also the smaller builds that we have in front of us. But I also did want to mention that that big building also goes under another name. Now, for those who don't know a lot about Ninjago, this temple belonged to Sensei Yang, who we also see a statue of front and center right there. This was his training dojo back in the day. This location was primarily seen in Season 5 Possession, but was also seen in Season 6 and a little bit in the Hands of Time season. But primarily, as I said, this was seen in the Possession wave. Those who don't leave this temple by sunrise will turn into a ghost, and we even see that in the show. Cole turns into a ghost, but later on gets fixed back as a human in the Day of Departed special. So to get us started, let's start off with these smaller builds. Now, one of the small builds included in this set that is probably one of my favorites just as a reference to the original ninja theme, we have this ninja glider. Now, if you look at it, we get the clip piece connection from the sides in order to activate these wings. you have a place for you to hold on to these bar pieces with your minifigure. And from the very back, we also get more of these spiky pieces, which are also connected via those clip pieces. Overall, it's nothing really too special, but I did just want to show it in comparison to one of the original ones that we saw back in the day for LEGO Ninja, which if you look at that, we also get these customized wings right there, which we also saw within the Time Cruisers theme, I'm pretty sure, because I have another set that also has these wings, and just see the different building techniques going on there in comparison, and just to show that we also use these 1x4 modified brick pieces in both sets, just in different colors. We have the older dark gray, and we have the brown that we know and love now. But putting that aside, we're just going to plop a minifigure in here. On the box and instructions it shows Zane, so we're just going to plop his hands on the bar connection right there, and then from there you can just fly it around the Temple of Airjitzu. You can pretend to flap the wings if you really want to, though I do just like showing it stationary like this, and you can just see that you have the hands connected via those bar connections in order to have your minifigure on the vehicle. Another pretty cool accessory that we get in this set is this Firework Shooter. Now if you don't know how this works, it uses one of those multi-shoot stud guns on the very top, which if you twist this piece, the studs go absolutely everywhere, and now I'm gonna have to go looking for all of them. But don't worry, you get a stack of extras if you really want to use those. In addition to that play feature, you also get the bar connection for one of your minifigures to hold on and to roll this around on the wheels. And now the last small build included is for this bridge, which I think turned out quite nice. We get a few of the dragon piece in this light gray color, 2 on this side and 2 from the other side. We get some studded areas for your minifigures to stand if you really want to, and we also get this pretty nice architecture look right here using the red in addition to the brown and the dark gray and the light gray for the dragons, of course. I just think the red looks very nice to add on with the red that you also see for the Temple of Airjitzu. And I also did want to note that I really like getting these flex tube pieces in that red color in this set. Now getting into the bigger pieces of the set, we can remove the bridge that connects those 2 areas. It doesn't really connect it just goes in between these 2 studded areas. You can also pull off these side pieces that are connected using these Technic connections. Starting with our side builds that connect to the main Temple of Airjitzu, first we have the Blacksmiths Workshop. Now this build for the Blacksmiths Workshop, just like the Smugglers Market that we're going to look at next, feature this small area that juts out, where we have a hinge plate which really doesn't do anything. That is just the area where you're supposed to rest these 2 end pieces of the bridge on both sides of these smaller expansions. Another thing that we see is this little walkway using a lot of these round tile pieces and also some square tile pieces as you lead up here, which this is also supposed to connect to the actual spiral stair situation that's actually going on in the main Temple of Airjitzu. We also get a little bit of water, which I don't really care for the blue color that they're using here. I would have liked to see just maybe a regular blue, though still that would look a little awkward in my opinion. At least it's not the same color blue that we see for the building. That at least I'm okay with. We also have some plants growing around here. As we move to the side of the build, we have some of these different type of clip piece connections where we have this main tree. I don't know why we have just this small little stump going on over here. That I'm not really too much of a fan of, but I guess that's supposed to represent just more leaves growing off of this main tree. And I also do really like getting this more orange brown color as well as the dark red for those leafy pieces. Another thing that I also really like when it comes to the trees as well as the building is the fact that we use these star plate pieces to represent the leaves in both yellow as well as that orangey brown color. I think that's really cool to see off the side of the building. Moving to the back, you can see that we get another one of those different type of clip piece connections for this tree. As I said, you can adjust these back and forth if you really want to. When it comes to the main coloring of this building, we have a lot of that lighter blue, as well as the brown, dark gray, light gray going on from the bottom. I really like how the bottom looks right there. I think LEGO did a pretty nice job with the shaping of this building. From the front, you can see that we have some stickers to add some extra details on both sides of this flag piece where you have the blacksmith logo. And we also have some details going on the front door that you can open and close as you see fit. From the sides, you can see some more windows. I actually like this side a lot better than the other one, because the other one features a lot of those holes that you see down here, though we do get some clever building techniques for the windows from this side. Moving to the interior, one thing that I might as well mention right off the bat that you can do here is that you can actually lift up this entire piece, so then you can actually get a better look inside this set. Looking inside the build, there really isn't anything too exciting, but we do have some pretty nice building techniques here when it comes to the fireplace. I really like seeing the car doors used for something other than a car to represent the fireplace. You have a little fire going on in there. We have an anvil front and center in the middle. We have a bucket. We have some accessories in this barrel, both a hammer as well as a shovel. We get a coffee mug in the very back. And we also have this little lamp which uses one of those scuba gun pieces, which I think is another pretty clever building technique within this build. Now putting this down, you can see that we have some studded area. This is where the rest of the build lies, but I'm going to look at that separately. So looking at the interior of this section of the build, there really isn't anything to offer. You can see that we have the chimney from the very back. We also have a hidden rat down underneath the main roofing area that slopes down from the front. You use the Technic connection in order to accomplish that. I really like how it looks from the outside and also the building techniques from the top. You can see that we use some hinge pieces in order to get this angling, and we also use these slope pieces just to add a little bit more extra detail from the very top of the building. Now the coolest of the two side builds has to be the Smugglers Market. Just like the Blacksmiths Workshop, we get a small area that juts out with the watery area with the plants, as well as some of this greebling for the walkway between the areas. We also get this small little hinge where you are supposed to place the bridge, yet again coming from that area. From the side of the build, we have some fun little details with these fishing poles. One of them has a crab holding on from the very end using the clip piece connection. I think that's very clever. You can also move this back and forth as you so desire. Both of these, pretty nice to get two fishing poles in this set. Moving to the side of the build, you can see that we get some of the chicken piece. You get two of them right in there. Very nice to see that included. We have the stepping way into the Temple of Airjitzu. And the very front, we get two of these nano figures, or the micro figures that we saw in the LEGO game set. So that's pretty cool to see in light gray from the front. We have some stickers on these flag pieces to represent the market logos, just showing some of the products that they might have. We have some little lanterns hanging from the side, and I also really like getting that piece right there in gold. That's pretty cool to see, that weapon piece that I believe showed up in Pharaoh's Quest or something like that at some point. When it comes to the sides, you can see there's a lot of open areas, and we also get a lot of the sand green, which sand green is one of my favorite colors from LEGO, so that's pretty nice to see for this build. You can see from the other side some more just open gaps. Now, one thing that I really love about this build is the build for the roofs, which use these sliding door thingies that we saw in LEGO City, but in black. So that's pretty cool to see, connected using the clip piece connection from the top and then sloping down, just to give it that architectural style to the roofs that we see a lot when it comes to these Ninjago sets. And we even get a little bit of gold front and center in the middle, which I think is also quite nice to see. Spinning us around to the interior of the build, one thing that I don't know why we have here, but we have two of these hidden treasure chests. In order to actually access these, you have to move these roof parts up, and you can actually drag one out. I don't think there's anything in these, while this one has some shurikens, and this one has 2 golden knives as well as a pirate sword, so that's also pretty nice to see in there. Moving down to the rest of the interior, we have a lot of loose pieces in here. From the very front, we have 3 long sticks of bread, 2 of them in that nougaty color and 1 in tan. From the other barrel, we have 2 red apples and 1 green apple. We have a little sink basin right there using the mining cap piece, pretty cool building technique there. From the other side, we have 2 of these minifigure bags, which both of these feature some pretty cool accessories. One of them features some cookies, and this one, we get 2 of these 1x2 tile pieces with a sticker on the front to represent an older Ninjago card, because Ninjago used to have these collectible cards in both the sets and the spinners back in the day. So I think it's really cool that we saw this trend begin here, I'm pretty sure, and then we saw it continue into the LEGO Ninjago movie D2Cs, and also this year within the Ninjago City Gardens. We have one with Sensei Wu in gold. This is just really nice to see. And then we also have a white one with coal, which these are actually mimicking real cards that you can get within the line, so that's another very nice thing to point out there. And lastly, we have a small barrel that featured 2 fish, one in that silvery color and one in orange. We also see from the very top, we have this fisherman hook or something like that. We have some jumper plates for areas to actually stand your minifigures around if you really want to, because most of this interior is tiled off, which I really love when LEGO does that within interiors. It makes it look a lot nicer and smoother, and you can actually stand your characters wherever you really want to. And last but not least, we have the Temple of Airjitzu. Now, the first thing that I wanted to talk about when it comes to the exterior of this build is that we get a statue of Sensei Yang himself. Now, this minifigure isn't really anything too special. We don't get any new prints. The only thing that I'm not sure if I've seen before is this hat piece in a silvery color, so that's pretty cool to see for this character. We get the Dumbledore or Gandalf beard in light gray, no printing for the facial expression, torso, or legs right there. And we get one accessory of this staff piece. Now, because we have this piece at the very bottom of the feet, you can stand him nice and easily on this jumper plate, front and center in the middle of this little pond, which I did want to mention that we do have somewhat of a watery thing going on down there using the same watercolor that we see on the 2 side builds. We also get this golden circular thing, which is also pretty cool to see in this set. I'm not sure what other sets that piece comes in. We also have our sort of spiral staircase going on from the sides over here, leading to the interior of the build. Another thing that we see from the exterior of the build are these little signs on these 1x2 tile pieces in white. These are all stickered pieces. You get 3 of them that I can see from the outside over here. I'm not 100% sure what any of these say, so you're gonna have to forgive me and find someone else. And I know that there are other people who actually go deep diving into sets and figure out what these signs say. Another piece of architecture that I really love from the back of the build is how we use these cannon pieces, or at least that's what I like to call them, because they have that little clip piece and you can pretend that it's a giant gun or whatever, from the middle as well as the sides of the build. We also use the one ring to rule them all, the Lord of the Rings ring, in that very nice pearl gold color. Very cool to get it in this set. You get 4 of them and 1 duplicate. Another thing that we see from the exterior that I really like seeing is all of this just rockiness going on from the side. I think that's pretty cool to see. You get 2 of these larger small rocky pieces from that point. And then we also have the Technic pin connection areas that you connect both of the side builds that we just looked at. Moving upwards a little bit, you can take a look at all of the window panes that we have in this set, which are all printed, I might as well add. That's really cool that LEGO actually made something exclusive for this set. I'm pretty sure that's exclusive to this set. We also get some prints from the very front of these giant window panes for the doors that actually can slide back and forth in order to actually enter the interior. We also have some pretty nice architecture moving up, where we have this curved style that we see on a lot of these LEGO Ninjago buildings. And these are all connected using some different Technic connections, so you can actually pull these out in order to see how this is all connected like that within this set. Moving up to the very top, you can see that we actually get smaller as we go up. We also have some clip connections from all sides of the angles over here, just to add that little bit of extra oomph going off from there. And then we slope all the way up to the very top, where we get this giant pole going on, and also from the very top of that, we get a silver ball piece, which completes the very top of the Temple of Airjitzu. Now moving to the interior of this set, the first thing that I wanted to talk about is this little play area. Now, as far as interesting and different play features go, this is probably the best one in this set. Now, we get this white opaque sheet right here, which has a print from the front where you just have this detailing going around it, as well as some mountains and clouds of Ninjago. From the very side of the build, you can see that we get this crank, and in order to make all of this work together, you crank to reveal the details. Has to be a little bit darker to get the picture. You can see that we have a snake and two of those nano figures, as well as some fire. Little hard to keep this in focus. Moving up a level, we have the first floor of the Temple of Airjitzu. Now on the first floor, we also get another extra little accessory, where we have some tea, as well as some food in this bowl. It's just a small little area that you plop down there, and then you have a character sit down and eat on that little plate area. We also get a jumper plate from the very center of the room, and I really love the styling of the carpeted area. If you just take a look at the floor, I really love the colors going on, and also just the pattern being used in that general area. Moving up a level, we have a sticker on the floor to represent some wood paneling. We also have some weapons, because I guess this is supposed to represent the ninja's training room, because after Yang disappears from this temple, the ninja make it their home. I don't know what happens to it after that point once the LEGO Ninjago movie happens, so that's another thing I might as well just add that I'm not too familiar with that. But needless to say, we have some pretty cool stuff going on. We have a training dummy right there in the middle, which we also get a sticker on that 2x2 circular tile piece, just for an area where the ninja have been testing out their swords, it seems. We have two swords, one in that silvery color and one in that golden color. We also get a bow and arrow, which is one of those bow and arrow pieces that you would typically see in the Lord of the Rings theme at this time, so that's pretty cool to see. It's one of those longer ones that look as if it's been pulled out all the way. And lastly, from the very top over here, we have this art room, which also has a sticker from the very bottom to represent this rug area, I guess. We have two more loose pieces. We have this small little chair, which is very cleverly made. You can see that we use some of these corner wall element pieces. And we also get one of these paint palette pieces, which I believe was introduced in one of the CMF waves. In addition, up here we have one of these trans clear mugs, which I guess you can pretend there's water in there, because we get a paintbrush which has some green at the very end of it. Though unfortunately our painting doesn't look to have any green at all, which we have a lot of black going on for that. And you also get the clip connection, so you can actually adjust that any way that you really want to. From this other side we get some books, which I'm pretty sure there really isn't anything going on with these. In our golden book, we have nothing on that. But when you open it up, we have a letter piece that you can give to the mailman if you really want to. Within one of the brown books, we have a printed 1x1 tile in dark green. I'm not sure what this is supposed to represent, so tell me in the comment section below if you know what this is supposed to be, because I really don't know. And lastly, we have our last brown book, which has nothing at all inside. And now the very last piece of interior that we have for this set is the attic, which really doesn't have a lot of wiggle room. But in the attic, we get this crate full of Cole's stuff, so hands off. I think it's very nice that we get this small little reference here where we have a bunch of Cole's stuff. You can remove these planks off the very top of it to reveal that we have a camera as well as a brush for Cole's hair. If you really want to, you can give this stuff to Cole. Pretty nice that they include some accessories for his character. So overall, for $200, this set is certainly worth it. You get a crazy amount of minifigures, including all of the ninjas in this set, which I think is really amazing. You even get Sensei Dareth, you get Sensei Wu, you get Masako, you get the mailman, and you get a few randos, which I think are fine just to add some more minifigure pieces to your collection. But one of the main attractions of this set has to be the build, which just looks amazing and stunning on display. You get the Temple of Airjitzu front and center, you get the Blacksmiths Workshop, and you get the Smugglers Market. And also, might I add, this set is not just a great display set, but a wonderful playset. There are just so many features, so many small little accessories in this set that I'm just really happy to see included, just making it a fun, well-rounded D2C that LEGO released for the very first time for Ninjago, because if you didn't know, this was one of the very first D2C sets for LEGO Ninjago. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I have to say for this video. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below what your thoughts are on this set. Also remember to like and subscribe and hit that bell icon so every time I upload a new video. So yeah, that's it for now, and I will see you next time. Bye!